All right, out of sheer availability of time, I'm in India, uh, and intrigue, I went out and actually bought a watch from India, and this is the bag that it came in. It's got the words written as Brides of Jaipur Watch Company, or Brides of Jaipur Watch Company, because the company I think is called Jaipur Watch Company. I looked them up online before I came here, and they didn't have a store here, but apparently they opened one just a month and a half ago. And so I popped out from my hotel 10 minutes away from here in apparently Hyderabad's largest mall, and they had a store. Looked through a bunch of stuff before I went a couple of months ago, maybe over half a year ago, so I don't remember much about what I had on offering, but I knew that I was intrigued enough to want and go and have a good stare at them. They're not particularly, I don't know, cheap, but the only reason why I had to go and see it because I couldn't find any or many reviews out there that offered an idea from perhaps my kind of perspective. So it comes in this box. It looks a little bit battered, but it is new. I literally just paid for it about 3 hours ago. And inside that box is another box. And it looks like wood, feels like wood. It's compressed wood. So these, obviously these marks are all painted on, not real wooden streaks. And yes, I did check it out. That metal plate with the Jaipur Watch Company on it is bent, but that's okay. I say it's okay, but I'll get to the price at the end, and you can judge whether or not that's okay. That's okay. Let's open it. And I did notice this has been. I took the one that they let me try on in the store. Because I knew it was working. I played around with it, and it's and I took the plastic seals off it. So they put this together into the box while I was there, paying for the thing. So let's take a look. It comes with a little piece of cloth, and it has a card, one apparently to certify the coin within the dial is an authentic coin from 1943 and 1947. There's a whole history about it all that they went through and explained a little bit to me about how it's a pre-independence India independence coin in there, yep, it's apparently just a certificate of authenticity. There we go. And here's the story of it. I'll read about that a little later, but the one I chose, and I'll go through very quickly why I chose this one out of all of them. I almost didn't choose this, but out of sheer intrigue and for the fact that I am here, just want to get essentially a souvenir. I chose this quartz piece. Yes, it's quartz, not mechanical, as in it's not a hand wound or automatic piece, even though they do offer those in relative abundance. So their selection seemingly 50-50 quartz and mechanical. I say mechanical mainly Japanese mechanical movements. I can't remember exactly what it is. I mean, this is Japanese quartz as well. This one claims 50 meters water resistance. Again, it also claims that it's made of stainless steel. At the store they told me it was 316L steel, and it's made in Jaipur. I have to say, and I only asked that because I had to I had the feeling the weight of the watch, especially on this band, perhaps unfairly, I was wearing this very, very heavy steel bracelet, titanium panerai, but it does feel, I don't know, perhaps too light to be full on 316 stainless steel. It could be. I don't know enough to judge that, but you got a nice shaped round case with extended lugs on a pivot. So you can see there's a pivot there on the lugs. I don't know, let's see, it's a 40mm apparently dial with the coin in the middle. From the pictures, the coin doesn't look silver, but in reality in here, that supposedly genuine 1944 issue of the Pice dial coin sits in the middle, and inside is it's sunken at a level where the hands are lifted from the dial, and there's a beaten grey dial that sits slightly sub from the coin itself, and then another with Sanskrit numbers that are very slightly lifted from the face of that beaten metal texture on the grey, and then the minutes track is another layer above. Looks like just black with white markers. It's a pretty dial. I think on very close inspection, I don't think this is going to give you a good macro shot here. I'll probably put a couple of photos in with my macro lens. But it is a pretty dial. The detailing is good on this piece. I think it's enough of layers in here, including the coin, that perhaps distracts from perhaps the color of the gray. It sounds a bit weird, the color of the gray, but it does shine in this torchlight here, this very harsh light I've got mounted on the camera here. Does shine slightly sparkly, so it's not a full-on matte, but it has some sort of little shimmers in it, which makes it look a little less metallic and a little bit more perhaps a plastic or a resin type finish there. And inside of the bezel, all of the quartz are mineral glass, so there's no sapphire in here. All of apparently all the automatics and mechanical movements have sapphire on them, but again, one of the reasons why I made a choice for this one, because I don't think just to jump the gun here, the value is quite there. So just to carry on, it's a simple crown here with I did not notice this in the store. The lighting in the store was not particularly good, and nor is this right now, to be honest. But there's a little Jaipur Watch Company logo here, which is in blue, so I'm going to block off the light a little and see. No, that's not going to help at all. Maybe, I don't know. But there's a blue, there's a can you feel that? Yes, so this is engraved with the Jaipur Watch Company logo in here, and inside the logo has been painted blue, which is quite cute. I did not notice that. That's quite nice. I would be astonished if this was a leather band, because I am in India and it ought not to be, but it's pliable. It does feel and smell not like leather, so but it is stitched. It's not a roughly printed thing, and you can see that there's a fold, so this outside blue is properly a fabric of some type, folded and then stitched with this more suede insert inside in the middle for comfort. Folded edges, because it's simple to do on such material, and threaded stitch, pretty tight stitching, which is good, and it's padded in the middle, so square padding on that shape. So, and the buckle, two keepers, one fixed, one not. I don't know the lug width on this. I would hazard a guess it's around 21 maybe, or maybe 20. No, it's probably 21, 22. And the buckle is nice. Actually, weirdly, the buckle feels substantial, a bit more substantial than the feeling of the lugs and the watch itself. This feels extraordinarily light. I wish I had a scale, but that would be very weird to travel with a scale on me. That's pushing the limits with security and customs. But anyway, the buckle has a little laser engraved logo on it as well. Very sharp, very well cut. It's nice. It's weird to say to give praise to the buckle and the build quality of the buckle compared to the case, perhaps, but there you go. The mineral crystal is very slightly domed, and I think yeah, the whole case of the bezel here is all one piece, so it's just press fit in. The lugs on that swivel is very loose, which is good. I mean, it's tight. It's not. There's no play. Okay, there's a very minimal, tiny amount of play left and right on the screws for the lugs here. It's a quick release. I'm just going to do a quick release. Why not? Bloop. There we go. Very quick for release. And the lugs must be on a fit bar or a screw bar. There's a screw here, screw there, but they do not pivot independent from each other, which is a good thing. You wouldn't want that. So maybe there's a solid bar that runs across. That's not bad. Let's put this back on again. Oh, I should do the other way around. I'm right-handed, so I should use my right hand for this. There we go. And at the back, that's all it says, and it's a mirrored finish at the back, so you can imagine that should pick up scuffs. So yes, that's the other thing to say. It's entirely polished everywhere. There are no brushed finish here, so it's consistent within a buckle across the body of the watch as well. Again, it is astonishingly light, but perhaps that's not a bad thing. I don't know the thickness. I don't know if it says anywhere in the specifications, but it's not particularly thick. But then again, how you feel about thickness? Oh, it is. I just looked at the spec. It is 20 millimeter lug width here. Yeah, thickness. There's nothing going to be taller than my 19 millimeter Panerai here. Let's take that off and put this Jaipur watch on. So let's close this box. I do like this dial. Here it is on, and here's another weird thing about it. I put it on, so normally I would probably have it I have about a nearly 8-inch wrist, 8 on the right hand arm, and 7 3/4 on the left. Who knows why, but anyway. Yeah, so weirdly I would wear it this tight, which is tight, loose, won't spin, but doesn't squeeze. I thought that the pivot to the lugs would pull down and would look more like this, which would make it look tighter on the shape of the wrist and look, perhaps I would say, a little better than it does at the moment. But it has a tendency, the straps have a tendency to push the whole bars up, which makes it look flat. So this whole give mechanism of meant to be bowed and strap, in order for it to go down, you have to like pull it down by making it particularly tight, so you get this curve or better fitment to the wrist. So in order to do that, I'm taking it really tight. Oh, okay, not really tight, but quite tight on the shape of my arm or wrist, and it still has quite a lot more give to go, but which makes it look a bit more extended than you would want it. If you imagine a normal fixed lug, this lug will be like what, almost a centimeter, no, more like 8 millimeters, 9 millimeters away from the top of the circle of the dial of the case. So it's a little bit extended. If you could get I don't know how, these to go down a little bit more, then that would be nice. But otherwise, it's still nice. Nice in that it's a very interestingly finished and designed dial. I haven't seen anything like this from anyone else. It's very off its place, it feels. There were plenty of customers at the store coming in and out, taking a look at the varieties that they have. Then they had far more variety in the store of ladies' watches that they didn't have online for some reason. But this, they showed it online to me as well. This seemed to be on pre-order, and yet they had this in store. And if you were to try to get this online, apparently there's a 75-day delay or wait for it to come through. So even if you wanted this one, you wouldn't apparently be able to get it yet. They had a couple of these in store where it had this dial of this quartz. So price, this is the problem. This is not to me worth what I paid for it. I did get a discount. This was, how much was it? I mean, online they are asking for 30,000 rupees, which is, as of today, I should have figured this out. Where is it? Here we go. As of today is yes, not 300,000 rupees, 30,000 rupees. Is the asking is $324. At the store, in the store, I managed to get them to knock off a bit, including, I mean, everything is inclusive of tax. I've been in America for too long where nothing is labeled with tax. All in all, I paid just under $300, which is a lot for a quartz in my book. Yes, it comes with the coin. Yes, it's from here. Perhaps not the movement, but the rest of it is assembled or built, hopefully in Jaipur, as it states. But $300 is a lot. I mean, 300 can buy you pretty robust pieces from everyone, right? From Seiko, from Casio, from Timex. I mean, some of these Merlin Timexes are fantastic, and they're automatic or manual movements that are great, that I'm also looking into. But I'm here and I wanted to get a souvenir piece, and I'm so intrigued by this type of coin watch. And they're asking for double this for I think what would it be? Perhaps a Miyota or Miyota Japanese automatic movement. And there's two levels of them, where they had a small window and a full window automatic movements. And you could see, I didn't see the point of it, because they were asking for $700-800 for those. They're a little bit, and also they were quite thick, really thick, to the point where it looks so bulbous. It didn't look as, to me anyway, it didn't look as elegant as this. The dials, some of the dials are more interesting. This is perhaps the most subtle dials in terms of their colorways, where they don't have any sparkly painted dials. This doesn't have the a lot of them have gold on them. There are painted dials. There are all sorts of different dials, but this is perhaps one of the most muted color ways, where it's polished case, gray subface, black track, and a coin in silver color and a black center with silver hands. Okay, that's another thing. It's particularly difficult to read, especially the hours where it blends totally to the coin as well. But you stare at it long enough, you'll figure it out. It's fine. But this quartz, why did I buy the cheapest one? And I think it is one of the cheapest coin watches or men's watches that they had there. It's because I am reticent to pay more for the feel, the quality feel or the lack thereof of the watch itself. I do feel slightly duped. I don't feel like this is a full-on, or at least the mass of the watch, or therefore the lack of the mass of the watch, doesn't make me feel like this is a particularly thick case watch. I don't know, it really, I wouldn't really feel like this is a 50 meter water resistance watch, but hey, I'm not going to dive with this, or I'm not going to swim with this, but I will wear it on occasions. I'll probably replace this band because I like making my own straps, so I'll have fun doing that. But otherwise, buy it as a souvenir, like I did. Don't buy it because you think this is going to be a quality piece. Unfortunately, when looking online, I was very intrigued. I would have gotten the automatic. There was a couple of designs which are a little bit flashier, but actually one of those it was magnificent. Again, subtle. It's a black rather than this grey inside, and that would have been nice, but it was far too much money for the feel of the item. If they could develop that, if they can make that somehow, perhaps give it a more substantial movement as well, that carries greater, perhaps, credibility for the price that's been asked for, in line with the rest of the international market, then perhaps I would recommend it as a value product. Right now I feel this is overpriced for the quality that you get. But then again, you know what? All of these things are overpriced. I don't think any Panerai or any other Swiss quality watch really are worth their thousands or tens of thousands. In reality, it's just what you desire, but they do feel of quality, and they do. I mean, that other watch is what, 20 years, and it doesn't miss a beat. So this 20 years time, who knows? But hopefully that gives you my first-hand impressions of their watch. One other watch that I really did looked at closely online because it's so intriguing is the ones with the stamps inside, and you can see that they've taken a stamp, they put it as a dial, they put the hands through the stamp, and it looks nice in photos. When you hold it, it feels extraordinarily toy-like. I have to admit, this does feel toy-like, and for over $300 asking, it's not there. It just isn't there. But and the same way with the $600 watches. The only watches that actually feel substantial is when they stick a metal bracelet on them, and then you realize that really all the weight is in the bracelet, really, and not the watch itself. And it does feel like a toy, but I don't care. I like the dial. It's fun. I'll wear it. And that's it. Thank you. Bye.